Traffic, Sales, and Profit Game Plan 2025. I got Shenique Sparks with me. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for agreeing to come on and talk to me for a minute.
You're welcome.
Yes. So you spoke a few days ago about your story, but I think a lot of people that weren't at the conference don't necessarily know your story. So can you tell them about who you are and what you do?
Sure. Well, my name is Shenique Sparks. I am the owner and founder of Let Sparks Fly Travel. We specialize in group travel for African American women between the ages of 50 and 75 years of age. And to be honest, we've been in business for a little over 5 years. What I love most about what I do, even though the money's great, but the better sense of enjoyment that I get is that my clients travel from all across the U.S. as strangers. We literally meet at the airport as strangers, but we leave as family. And so what I love most about that, in addition to that, is that we're traveling to places that my clients have dreamed about as kids, or we're traveling to destinations that they've seen on TV, and now we're actually making those dreams come true. And so I never imagined that I would have that type of impact on my clients, and it's just a rewarding feeling to know that I'm helping them accomplish goals and dreams that they've always dreamed about.
That's amazing. And you said something. You said you work with people, well, the people that work with you, 50 to 75. How did you focus? Was that something that you wanted to focus on, like that age range, or did they just naturally come to you?
Actually, they came to me. So when I first launched my business, I thought it would be people my age.
Right.
But the people my age are not trying to travel to Ghana or Bali or Thailand. They're trying to go to Jamaica or Mexico. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so the clients that gravitated towards me were clients that were looking for something outside of the Caribbean. They were looking for adventure, just something that was outside the norm. They were, ready to travel to places that were on their bucket list, like Greece. We have a lot of clients that want to go back to Africa, to the motherland. Okay. We travel to destinations like Bali. So they're looking to travel for not just the vacation, but for the cultural experiences as well.
Nice. What made you get started in the travel industry?
Well, as a kid, we could not afford to travel, so I traveled with my church. We used to go to these Baptist conventions every summer, and I would compete in the Bible sword drill, and I would do these Bible story telling contests. And so that was my vacation. And every year we would go to a new, destination. It was all domestic, so all in the U.S. And so that was my family vacation. So when I got older, I got tired of seeing those places on TV and always wanting to go. And so I decided to put together my first trip. And again, I thought my friends would be the ones who would want to go on the trip with me. The trip was to Dubai. None of my friends wanted to go. So I ended up putting the trip out there on social media. And I took 27 strangers to Dubai with me.
Wow.
And that is how we started our group travel company.
I love it. Outside of Dubai, what are some other countries that you visited with your clients?
My favorite is Ghana. So we've been to Ghana 7 times.
Ghana, 7 times?
Yes.
Wow.
Ghana's my favorite because I never expected when I got there it would feel like home. And so I knew I did research, so I knew what to expect, but I didn't expect the feeling that I would get once I got off the plane, got to the airport, started meeting the people. Wow. It felt like I had met family members that I never knew. And so that was the one feeling that stuck. And so while it may not be the prettiest place, it's the one that holds the best memories in my heart. And so we travel to other places like Greece, Thailand, Indonesia. We're going to Switzerland. But Ghana is always my number one place because it's like home.
Wow. So you're going to Switzerland. I've been there. I love it. Have you been to Kempinski in Ghana?
Yeah, we have.
How'd you like it?
It was good. Kempinski is one of the hotels there. But normally we go to Ghana, we go to 3 destinations. We go to Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast.
Nice. What would you say was the hardest part of starting a travel company?
I wouldn't say that was really hard. I think one of the things that I struggled with the most was not knowing if what I was doing was right. And I was always second guessing myself, am I doing the right thing? For the longest time, I thought webinars was the worst way to promote a trip.
Wow.
And it has been the best lead generation magnet I could have ever created. But me not knowing if that was the right thing drove me nuts. Wow. And so I always second guessed myself. So it wasn't until I got into different communities when I was around other entrepreneurs that I learned that, webinars was a great lead magnet.
One thing I've learned about you is that whenever you get information, you execute.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes.
Like, where did that come from? That energy of, you know what, this is good, I'm gonna go act on it.
I think that came from my mom, even though she didn't graduate from high school. I remember seeing her always go to work. I remember her sitting at the table with her, not even Excel sheet, it was like a little, I don't know, like that graph paper where she had all the bills wrote out, where all the money where was gonna go where. And so I always admired her, like she always went to work. If we needed extra money, she would work overtime. So I think I get my drive and determination from her because she was a single parent, but she made it happen.
What were you doing before you started your travel company?
I worked in HR for 16 years.
16 years?
Yes.
Wow. Was it at the same company or like different companies?
Different companies. HR was my first love. I kind of fell into it. And so once I started, I'm a people person, so I really loved it. And so when I finally made the plunge to leave HR to go full-time in my business, it was the hardest decision ever. I knew I was ready, and so I really had to make a decision because my business grew so much. I could not afford to continue to work full-time and work my business part-time. So I had to decide either still be a full-time employer or be a full-time entrepreneur. So I took the chance and bet on myself.
Nice. And when you said something, you said your business grew tremendously. And I think in the 5 years, I've seen like such a jump in your revenue. What was happening? What was going through your mind as you were seeing that shift of like all this revenue coming in? Was it like, were you anxious or were you excited?
I was neither. I was so focused on the next goal, I didn't even realize what I was doing in the moment. And so when my therapist had challenged me with last year to write out all my accomplishments for 2024, because she said, I don't even think you understand what type of year you had. She said, I'm looking at the notes. And she said, you've done some miraculous things and you don't even know it. And so when she said that, it triggered something in me from when my boss, my old director, did a review. And he's like, Shenika, you're so focused on the next goal, you don't see what you've built within the department. And so when she said that, it triggered something from a review that I had with my previous director. And so I wrote down all my accomplishments, and it made me cry because I was like, damn, you had a good year. And like you haven't even stopped to look back and see what you've done. So I don't think it even hit me that we were growing so fast because I was always focused on the next goal or the next objective. I never stopped to like, okay, girl, you did 1.6 million this year. Dang, you did 3.3. And so I don't think it finally hit me until last year when I had to make that list.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that a lot of high achievers have, right? It's like you hit that goal and you just keep going.
You keep pushing the goal even further.
Yeah, like I remember when we hit our goal in our EFS group, Rita was like excited and I was like, what's the next goal? And she was like, what? What do you mean what's the next goal? Like, we should just chill. It's like, no, let's keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and I do like that your therapist said, even though you're hitting your goals, like stop and smell the roses, like enjoy.
Yes, enjoy your success.
Right.
Celebrate the small wins. And I struggle with that, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I just do, like I never stop to celebrate because I'm like, okay, we did this, okay, great, what's next?
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get to a point to where I can stop and celebrate. Not celebrate too much because I don't want to take my foot off the gas, but maybe pat myself on the back, go have a drink, maybe hang out with the girls or something like that, and then go to the next goal. But pray for me, it's a challenge. Yeah.
So you have a travel company and you've traveled to a lot of different countries. What are some countries still that are on your bucket list that you would like to go to?
So I'm super excited about Switzerland. So Switzerland, we are traveling to Switzerland in December. Switzerland gives me that whole Hallmark movie. So I'm gonna have my own Hallmark movie when I go to Switzerland. So I wanna save the town from a big company. I'm gonna go sing Christmas carols, and I wanna fall in love by Christmas Eve like on the movies.
Nice.
And so that's my whole Hallmark movie for Switzerland.
I love it. Me and Rita went recently, and it's so clean and beautiful. Eat a lot of chocolate when you go.
At Christmas, it looks like a Hallmark movie card. So like you see the Christmas carols, you see the little cookie shops. And so I told my clients, I'm going as a guest. I'm not gonna host because I'm gonna go and have a Hallmark movie. So if you see me singing Christmas carols or baking cookies at a little shop, just come in and sit down. This is my Hallmark movie that I'm gonna replay in my head.
Yeah, well, Shenique, I appreciate you for coming on. Since you're in Dallas, at some point, whenever you're in Houston, we gotta do a longer sit down if you're interested.
We do, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you bringing me on board. Let me know about all the services you offer. I think as entrepreneurs, we don't think about the financial side, and that can really take us under if we don't know what we're doing. And I obviously do not. With the amount of revenue we're bringing in, I need someone who's smarter than me in that particular area to manage all of that so that I can focus on the one thing that I am great at.
I appreciate that. More success coming your way for
Thank
sure.
you. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.